So for our final project for Comp 590, we did the news and announcements project. So I'm Reese.
I'm Nadine.
And Michelle.
I'm Gio, and we're group A2.
Yes. So for the news project, we wanted to do this project because it kind of gives students a one-stop shop for all computer science news and announcements. Currently, there's no stop like this. We have a listserv and just a bunch of places that we can get news and announcements. So having one place to view everything is really beneficial to computer science students at UNC. So first we did a bunch of different views. We'll start out doing a guest view as someone who's not signed in. And this is important just because sometimes you're not going to have time to sign in, or people who aren't at UNC or don't have an Onion login will want to be seeing the UNC computer science news, whether that's parents or friends, etc. And also an important part of this feature or this persona is that guests will not be able to publish or create their own news or edit anything. They're just able to view. So you can see the guest view now. You can see all the different news posts that we have, as well as the announcement bar at the top.
And then now we'll move on to the student view, Sally's view. So in Sally's view, she is able to do everything a guest can do, but the biggest difference is that she's able to view her upcoming reservations. So say I were to make a reservation right now at the CSXL. If we go back to the news tab, we have her upcoming reservations loaded up at the top of the screen. And if she wanted to, like a guest would be able to, she could search up relevant news by title. So say I wanted to search up summer school, summer school would be popped up. And this is the view of the news page.
Okay, moving on to ambassador view. Okay, so now we're logged in as Amy Ambassador, who is able to view announcements in her own reservations, just like Sally's student, but she has some special permissions. She's able to create, update, and delete only her own news posts. So we can try clicking on edit news. Since she hasn't made any, nothing pops up. But if we exit edit view and then try making a test publish news. It'll show up here now, and then if we click on edit view, we can edit the actual news post that she made. And so we can change the main story. And now we see that we actually edited it. And if we go back to the main news page, it's there. So exit edit view. And we can also delete only our own news posts. And we can publish we can archive or draft them as well. So if we click on archive and then exit the edit view, it's no longer on the main view.
And then she can also delete the news post. So
So the next view we have is our root view with Rhonda. Rhonda has very special privileges where she can basically do everything the ambassador can do and more, including editing any news story that doesn't belong to her. So on the ambassador view, you can see that there's admin edit buttons on top of all of the news stories, and the root user can click on any of those admin edits and edit that news post. So if we go into any of them, you can see that she has access to updating the news. She could change the title or the story, the organization or the image, and change the state of that news post, including as saving it as a draft. And you can see on her page, she can see the drafted news post, and she can also see archived news posts. But if she goes to the student view, she can see what it looks like to students, and she can see that, oh, that draft post is no longer available to students. If we go out of the student view, the root user also has the ability to create and edit announcements. So if we hit the edit announcement button, you can see it says no announcements today, but we can change that to be anything we want. Let's say we have something going on. We were thinking of using this if like there was special announcements going on, different things, so that any student can see just specific things. So as we can see, like the CXL is closed today. So you don't have to go like searching through news stories to see that important information. But if we go back in, we can delete that announcement. And if we delete it, there's just no announcements for the day. And in any view, we also have pagination. So if there's more than 9 news posts on a page, we can go to the next page and see older posts. Yeah. Some challenges we faced during this project were like creating the backend tests for our services. We just had problems getting like the test buttons to show up, but we were able to figure that out and have all of our backend tests for like all our HTTP calls working. Another problem we had was trying to get all the news stories from our backend to our front end to then like display on the front end. After some debugging, we had to do more research about observables and how those work, and we were able to figure out how to get our backend to connect to our front end so it withstands like refreshing the page and like others editing the same page.
So as far as future work that we would tackle next if we had more time or if we continued working on this project, you can see our Figma's pulled up. So just some ideas that we had that were kind of stretch goals that we didn't get to. One was filtering, which in our implementation, we would want to have when you're creating a news post that you could say the genre that it falls under. So for example, maybe career, education, entertainment. And then when you go to the student view or really any view on the news page, you would be able to look at these filters or just pull up certain news posts by the filter. So as you can see on the Figma board, you can filter by genre. Say you're looking for specific career events, you could do career or just different stuff like that.
Yeah, and something else we could add as a stretch goal is allowing students to publish news as well, because currently only ambassadors and administrators can create, update, and delete posts. So in the future, if students are able to make news posts, then there must be an administrator review page to either accept or deny it to account for security issues. And so only if an admin accepts a student's news post does the article get officially posted to the news homepage.
Thank you for watching our demo.
Bye.